Hi everyone, Mark Myman here, coming to you with a May 2023 market update. We've seen rates unexpectedly rise this month as a result of the issues being worked out in Congress with the debt ceiling. So there's still not much common ground on where to go with this issue, and the uncertainty has definitely been pushing rates upward fairly rapidly. I think this issue is going to get resolved. It usually does, and this is certainly not the first time we've had this sort of standoff in Congress over this issue, and every time, for the most part, they've been able to come to an agreement, and once they do, interest rates should fall a little bit. But up until then, as we get closer to that end point, we may see rates continue to rise until there's a resolution. Now, that's all despite the fact that inflation is starting to cool off. As I've mentioned in prior updates, the CPI index, which is the inflation reading that comes out every month, is a 12-month rolling average. So what's happening right now is at the tail end of that 12-month cycle, when inflation was at its peak, we're starting to see those months which were near 9% inflation drop off of the average and be replaced with 5% or thereabouts inflation rates. So as that continues to happen, we start to drop off more months that were at the peak of inflation. We should see rates also have some more downward pressure because of that. So my personal take is that over the next probably 30, 60, maybe 90 days, all these things are going to materialize, and we should see the pace at which rates start to come down accelerate a little bit. And also, if the Fed officially stops raising interest rates or potentially even considers a drop as we get lower in inflation, we may see, again, that pace of rates going down start to accelerate a little bit more. The other thing I want to talk about is sort of the fallout from some of these bank collapses. We're starting to see this like inch its way into the industry and how banks are reacting or behaving. And one of the most noticeable things that I've seen is that a lot of the large retail banks are no longer offering HELOCs. Reason being that from a liquidity standpoint, probably the worst loan you can have on your books is one where you have to keep all this money on the side in case somebody wants to pull it out, but they may never do that. So you have to keep that liquidity on hand, and that may not be an ideal situation right now when bank deposits are moving around a lot because of all this uncertainty. And some banks are just saying, we just want to sit this out for a while. So that's one of the biggest implications. We've also seen some programs get cut, interest rates go higher. We're generally seeing a tightening of lending start to materialize. We'll see how that goes over the next 6 months. But in general, we don't want that to happen. We want lending to be free and open and all the usual types and products that we typically use available at our fingertips as an industry. So hopefully that trend will change. But I think one of the most important takeaways is that you cannot only have one source of lending that you turn to for everything. That is just not the nature of the beast right now. A lender like us has a lot of different options, some more conservative than others, as opposed to going with a retail bank where you may have one set of options. If they make a decision to not offer a certain type of loan or to be less aggressive on rates or anything like that, you're kind of stuck. So that's where we can be really, really valuable to you and your clients. And I hope you'll reach out to us with any questions you have, and we'll continue to keep you updated on the market. Appreciate your time and have a great day.